remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday, man. Y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls. Y'all know we got Music Monday, but this is Sold Out. Well, of course, we continue the sneaker talk, man. Sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, you name it. Pretty much, if I don't get the content out in time, you know 9 times out of 10, I posted it in Discord, or somebody else in the Discord has posted it as well. I want to say this too, shameless plug. Be careful for the spammers that do join the Discord. I do my very best to kick them out as soon as I notice it and get the messages about it there, because I don't want nobody getting like spam. But you can tell real quickly because they're always trying to like advertise or show something. It's kind of weird. Most people in the Discord who want to do something like that, they usually hit me up directly and ask, which, you know, if it's, you know, nothing inappropriate, then yeah, I'll do what I got to do and say whatever, man. It's pretty much a chill vibe over there, pretty much, man. I'm trying to bring back, I guess you can say, if anything, it could be like an updated, like maybe version for like Nike talk, man, for whenever, you know, not always going to be able to put content out sometimes, man. But tonight's topic, man, y'all let me know if audio and visuals is looking okay. Everything is looking good on my end. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content so far, even though we've been having a lot going on and not too many sneakers have been coming out. But tonight's topic, I do want to cover 3 topics real quick, and then we're going to pretty much get up out of here. We'll talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases, and then every sneaker that's dropping at at Complex Con so far for 2025. Complex Con, right? Okay, which I believe is right around the corner. So first things first, looks like Nike renames Beaverton headquarters in honor of the co-founder PhilKnight. So we'll cover that tonight as well. And then also pretty much no matter how we slice or dice it with how the economy is, which I'm going to be talking a little bit of that tonight. I'm not going to be talking politics or anything like that, but I am going to make sure we do cover how the current sneaker market is affected. Now, one thing that I can say this, right? I'm going to say this. Nike, the next story we'll cover is Nike still tops teen shopping lists, even though running overtakes pretty much in footwear by Hoka. So we'll pretty much see what the must-haves is for this fall. This is what survey says, right? Okay. I do got like fall. I'm gonna throw this out there too for the people who don't know. Arguably my favorite season of the year. You know what I'm saying? Some people like spring, some people like summertime, and then some people prefer the winter. Me personally, I'm a spring person, mainly because, dog, you can dress comfortably without freezing or being too hot. I feel like it's that perfectly in between weather, at least for the DMV, man. So I try to enjoy these last like couple months of just being comfort without being, you know, overly dressed or what have you, right? Okay. So we're going to be talking that, and then also we're going to be pretty much talking at Tariff Talks how this could be having, you know, certain brands on edge. So we're going to cover that tonight, and we'll see how it goes, man. But other than that, this has been like a very interesting year for sneakers, and specifically sneaker YouTube. I didn't want to get too far into this, and I'm not going to say no names. Y'all know that's not my style, but I find it weird that more and more sneaker YouTubers are quote unquote selling their collection or quitting sneaker YouTube. Maybe some of the guys or girls, what have you, right? Insert the blank. I'm not even going to say who, but it's funny how I remember that was a thing. And then you see people either barely post content, or they're selling their sneaker collection, or they're quitting YouTube. And I'm like, sneaker YouTube. And I'm like, bro, I get it and I respect it. I mean, if you're really genuinely doing it, but if you're doing it just for the clicks to get people there and then bounce back, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of shady and funny to me, right? Okay. For the people who do say that sneakers are dead, I will say this. This is a probably not so good time if you're on the business side of things. But if you're like us, the people who's pretty much going to buy the sneaker, whether the hype was there or not, then, oh well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like how I can pick and choose. I like how, like, you know what? I'm going to wait and see if I can get something on sale, get a few dollars off. You know what I'm saying? And I will say this too. October, at the end of October, you know what starts. So which pretty much within the next week or two, it's gonna be pretty much holiday season. But I think it's gonna be very interesting this year, this holiday season, if I'm gonna keep it 100, because I mean, to be honest, dog, we got a lot of things going on, and I'm not gonna say any like filler words to like trigger YouTube and or offend anybody, and or just be careful for what you gotta say. But obviously we got a lot of things that we see that's going on, and everybody's affected in any way, shape, or form. If this doesn't show people that, hey, no matter if you're at the bottom of the totem pole, the middle, or the top, we all kind of strive off each other to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always try to treat people with respect until they disrespect me. I'm just throwing that there off mode, but on mode. Let me touch the chat real quick, see what we got in the building, and then we'll get the party started and keep things moving right along. I'm only going to be on this joint for like an hour, so I do appreciate as y'all coming in out. Don't forget to smash the like button. Really means a lot. And then, yeah, so pretty much let me touch the chat real quick, see what we got in the building. Looks like we got Long Beach Joe Jess in the building. Says salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. What up, Long Beach? What up? Says, my heart is cold as December. The fire. You like the intro song? It's my vibe song, dog. Pretty much right before the live, I'm listening to it in the background too, chilling, you know what I'm saying, getting my mind right, getting my thoughts together. Y'all know I do this kind of impromptu, man. And sometimes you can tell, sometimes it just looks natural, man. I look at my content, I watch it back. But, I mean, honestly, just get my mind right, man. As I get ready to go into the stuff and doing this consistently, you got to have good vibes. Sometimes music just motivates you, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is a nice, chill vibe, because that's what I want this to be on, you know, and I don't want this to be on no super fiery-ish, you know what I'm saying? But let's see real quick. Devon says, what up, Polo? What up, Devon? What up, what up, what up? He says, Polo, are you going to do your review on the Mobb Deep's new album? I thought it dropped Friday. Like, didn't it drop last Friday? I might, you know what I'm saying? Because I am a fan. I know this is supposed to be their last one, and, you know, RP to Prodigy. And then also you got it. I feel like, you know, I just might. I don't know. I don't want to make any promises, but I don't see why not. But I will say Havoc, right? Which is the other half of Mobb Deep, right? I don't think he gets enough credit for being one of the greatest like music producers of all times. He's produced a lot of music that you don't even realize he produced. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking like making beats and production wise. So I'm going to give him his flowers and credit where credit is due. I did watch his interview that he did recently on The Breakfast Club. So, yeah, I might. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and say that I won't, but it just depends. You know what I'm saying? I might, because y'all know I've been trying to slowly incorporate pretty much album listening parties on Fridays, man. But I have to also be careful because YouTube, them are really, really not a major fan of it. And you kind of almost have to do it right when it drops. You know what I'm saying? Almost. You know what I'm saying? So I'll check out the track list and go from there. I know it's featuring some of my favorites like Nas. So, you know, I might. I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say no. Let's see. Devon says the only thing coming out this week are the Infinite Archive 17s. I do have that up on my radar. I thought we had something else too, like on the sneakers app, man. I feel like we had something else, but I know what you're saying. Probably something nobody's probably checking for, right? Okay. Probably, right? Yeah. As I'm looking on the sneakers app, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got some stuff dropping, but is the average sneakerhead really checking for that? And then I'm looking to see if they got anything new loaded up on here. Yeah. It's October's looking like a chill month. I think Manny said that when I did my top anticipated upcoming sneaker releases of October. Definitely different times, man. And if you think about this too, Nike them have to get the product over here. Some of that stuff probably hadn't even made it yet, and now they're paying tariffs. I get it. It's everybody's feeling it, whether they want to accept it or not. Let's see. Devon says Prodigy is the better lyricist. I agree. He is. He's known for the better like lyrics. And then Havoc is more so known for that. But everybody as a team, they got their own, you know, part of what they do. And that's what makes them as a team. Like if you compare them, and it's probably apples and oranges, but if you think of like hip hop groups like Outkast, you know, Andre 3000 had his lyricist, and then Big Boy had his more just type of vibe on his thing. But they both equally are great together. You know what I mean? Like Devon said, Zion's coming out at the end of the month. I think I did see some about those too. But I mean, still, they're going to probably sell. But at the same time, we don't really talk about them like that. But they don't really drop crazily either. You know what I'm saying? To be fair, but his stuff that has dropped, it always will drop around this time. Though he always does, like, in my opinion, like a Halloween themed type of sneaker, which is okay. I'm not saying it sucks or anything. I'm just saying, like, I'm not surprised, and I'm pretty sure the average one of us is not either, man. So, let's start with the first topic, and then we will pretty much transition on to the pretty much what teams are kind of checking for based off surveys, and we'll talk the tariff talk, and then we'll wrap things up for the night, because these joints do go by very, very quickly, man. So appreciate y'all for coming through and showing love as always. Let me get my screen and stuff right here, make sure everything is good, and then yeah, we'll get the party started. So should be sharing my screen here in 3, 2, let's see, and 1. Cool. Should be seeing my screen right here. First says, looks like Nike renames Beaverton headquarters in honor of the co-founder PhilKnight. Right? Okay, so pretty much we're gonna cover this tonight. Let's see. I got you, Devon. He says, who do you think is the better lyricist on Wu-Tang? I know a lot of people like to say Ghostface. I know we're a little bit off mode. I know a lot of people like to say Ghostface, but I like Raekwon. You know what I'm saying? Method Man is cool. He's dope. But I think Raekwon got a great, vibe. You know what I'm saying? I haven't listened to his latest drop, which I think was a couple months ago, but I think he had it. I feel like ODB, low key, I like his style that he brought to Wu-Tang too. If you think about it, they got a lot of members, RZA, you know what I'm saying? Ghostface is known for his lyrics and his wordplay ability too, though. You know what I mean? So honestly, I think they got a great mixture, and I'm pretty sure those are the members that I know that are like I can think right off the top, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but they all have their own place in there. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that many members in the group, and they really, nobody really, you know what I'm saying? Really seems like they're not even really beefing right for real. You know what I'm saying? And I know they did do like some type of documentary series on them before too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, who you think? Who you got? You know what I'm saying? It says, the company plans to celebrate the name change with the event honoring Knight in spring of 2026. So this is reported October 14th. Today is the 15th. So this just was reported yesterday. It says Nike is renaming its world headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon, in honor of its co-founder and first employee, PhilKnight. Now known as Phil H. Knight Campus, PHK, the company said Tuesday that they renamed 400-acre property will serve as a tribute to Knight's ongoing legacy, as well as permanent reminder of the founder's mentality that Nike employees are encouraged to bring to work every day. I mean, also, I know that's what they're saying, and I agree with that, but think about this, off mode, but on mode, keep in mind, they had to do some cuts and some restructuring too, ever since we had Elliot Hill in the building, but I'm not going to blame that fully on him. We did watch a few videos on him on Saturday, but at the same time, he's got to make the adjustments where he see fit. You know what I'm saying? I see you, Divine says, I go with Chef. Okay, I feel you. They all got their preference on there for sure. I like all of them a little bit. Everybody got their own unique vibes, man. That's what I say. It says, beyond a dedication, the name represents a living expression of Nike's roots and powerful reflection of Knight's enduring spirit. Restless, bold, and forever believing in what's possible, the swoosh said in a statement. Elliot Hill, president and chief executive officer of Nike, said in all staff email to mark his 1-year anniversary in the role that this move is more than a name change. So, of course, he's going to say it's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. He's got to make sure he has his rights and speaks on this, too. It says, in a tribute to the man whose vision created a global movement, Hill wrote, it is a reminder to every one of us who will walk these paths and run these fields of what can happen when belief meets action. Right? Okay? And let's just be honest, friendly reminder, Nike said their goal is to bring the athlete back to the forefront. But what they're looking for, they're basically saying, in my opinion, I know off mode, but on mode, I know they're looking for like their next Jordan. I mean, they thought it would be LeBron, but maybe on the court, and that's debatable. Don't want to get started on that. But sneakers-wise, Jordans and LeBrons are apples and oranges. And I'm not saying they're cheeks. I'm just saying that Jordan's them still, carrying. They making a lot of noise. They still keep a lot of lights on over there. If we're gonna keep it real, even if they are sitting. Um, it says the company plans to celebrate the name change with an event honoring Knights in spring 2026, drawing inspiration from agricultural language transitional to college campuses. Knight planned the original headquarters to include common community buildings, natural spaces, and recreation facilities and walking trails. So it kind of gives me like, if y'all ever heard about like the Google campus joint where I think like working at Google, they have like a little bit of everything over there where pretty much you damn near don't need to go to hell home from what I've seen. And if that's not true, it was like a video that used to float around on YouTube like years ago about the Google headquarters, right? Okay. Don't shoot the messenger. I could be wrong. Whole life is a legend on the opinionated base, but that's what it sounds like I'm describing, but kind of like not on the level of what the Google stuff appeared to be. It says the first stage of the campus, dedicated in October 1990, united Nike employees who previously had been scattered across a couple dozen buildings throughout Portland, Oregon, include into 6 buildings that took the names of elite athletes, including Joe Bonnet, Samson, Michael Jordan, John McEnroe, Steve Prefontaine, and Mike Schmidt. Right? Okay. So again, they're letting them know pretty much the process that they've made, especially if they've grown over time. If you look at the image down here on my screen, this looks like a very nice place to work. You know what I'm saying? Again, I've never been there, but I know like with the buildings and stuff like this being this big and it's a big campus, it's a lot obviously going on. You know what I'm saying? Probably take these people like probably months to know where pretty much everything is at and probably still don't know. It reminds me, I used to work at a building here in the DMV, arguably one of the biggest buildings here, and I'm not going to say which ones, but I will say this. When I first worked there, they were like, yo, don't trip if you get lost. It takes the average person about 2 months to literally fully feel comfortable learning their way through the building, right? Let's see. Devon says, don't get me wrong. RZA is a sleeper. He nice too. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Devon says, with MOP, I couldn't tell you who I think was better. Both are equally good. I feel you. I mean, that's how it be in the game. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're supposed to do. I feel like they, challenge each other musically. You know what I mean? I respect it. It says the most recent additions to the campus are LeBron James Innovation Center, which opened in 2021, and is home to the Nike Support Research Lab, and 1 million square foot Serena Williams building, which opened in 2022 as Nike's biggest investment in design and creativity. Wow. So I know Jordan them got to have their own slot too. If they got all this for like LeBron James, and they got this for Serena Williams. It says today the campus encompasses more than 40 buildings. The company's global footprint also includes its European headquarters in the Netherlands, opened in 1999, Greater China headquarters in Shanghai, and Converse World headquarters in Boston 2015. Wow. So the Shanghai joint was in 2013, by the way, for the people who don't know. And so this right here is the Serena building at Nike's Beaverton headquarters. This right here is just her buildings alone, or wow, you know what I'm saying? I'm assuming it's this jank. But as you can see, it's huge. Pause. So I want to say this. It's nice to see them making sure they keep the legacy alive and do things that you normally don't think that would be a big deal, but obviously this is. So that's the first article right here. Let me see what else. Make sure we covered everything. This is what Complex reported. If you look at this right here, this is a big image of like pretty much, it looks pretty much intimidating and confusing already, dog. But I mean, if you know the layout and you design the building in or help, you probably have no problem with this joint. But it does look calming and very interesting outside, though. So pretty much this is in honor of PhilKnight. Pretty much don't want to cover too much of this because I know we pretty much already covered not much on this article to begin with. Says Knight co-founded Nike, which was originally known as Blue Ribbon Sports, with his coach Bill Bowerman in 1964. Knight is credited with the headquarters design resembling a college campus rather than the typical corporate office space The space currently features over 40 buildings, with the most recent addition being the LeBron James Innovation Center and the Serena Williams building, which opened in 2021 and 2022, respectively. There you go right there. Man on the Kick says, yerp. What up, Mannies? What up, what up, what up, what up? Devon says, what up, Manny? Man on the Kick says, Divine 100 salutes. So that's pretty much the update for pretty much renaming the Oregon Beaverton pretty much location for Nike. Pretty much we're going to see where it goes. Let's go into the next topic right here. I think we're making great time because whenever we get on the tariff joints, that tends to get a little bit longer. So I plan to spend about 10 minutes here, probably another 15 on that joint, and then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases for the complex joint. It says, Nike still tops teens' shopping list on running overtakes Hoka and footwear. On running overtakes Hoka and footwear must-haves this fall. Survey says Adidas took the number 2 slot in its must-have footwear brands, with New Balance rounding out the top 3. But granted, it's funny how you say all this, but then we got nothing but Nikes here in the background for the most part. So obviously Nike them are doing something over there if they're still got to cover this part. It says Nike remains in a must-have brand for teens this fall, according to the latest survey by Piper Sandler, right? However you want to pronounce it. My apologies if I'm saying it wrong. It says in the investment bank's fall 2025 teen survey, Nike continues to dominate in both the footwear and apparel categories among the over 10,000 high school students questioned in the semi-annual research project. In footwear, Nike saw mid-share starting to stabilize the fall 2025 after several periods of decline. Male consumers driven by the upper income bracket grew. Nike shares sequentially for the first time since fall 2022. So think about this, because 2022, I will say that's when Nike them probably started to see. This is when we probably started to see where things got a little bit easier. Honestly, yeah, I'm going to say this, because in 2020 and 2021, it was a tough time being a sneakerhead. Even myself, it got super frustrated. I didn't say I quit, but I didn't go crazy on the buying the sneakers. But back in 2022, things started to get a little bit better. So, I mean, sometimes you just got to go with the flow and go with what comes with the game. It comes with the game, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes things are going to be hard to cop. Some things is going to last. It lasted a little bit longer than we anticipated, mainly because a lot of other, people wanted to become like a professional business all of a sudden off of selling sneakers, you know what I mean? Because it was quote unquote so easy, you know what I'm saying? But nothing lasts forever too, right? I think that a lot of these guys are probably learning that. Says Nike's improvement among teams come at the same time the company is seeing a turnaround in its earnings. So pretty much they're saying they're making a comeback slowly but surely. Now, can we credit this to Elliott Hill? Is he really making changes over there? Or is it just something that was going to happen anyway? You know what I'm saying? But to be fair, he has been dropping a lot of drops that we didn't think. And I'm not just saying him. We'll just say Nike in general. They have been dropping a lot of drops that we didn't think was going to come back out anymore. Like, last thing I ever thought we was going to anticipate was those undefeated fours with the Nike check on the back, right? Galaxies, I didn't think they were coming back either. You know what I'm saying? Those are just the name of two, which we got to have that when towards the end of the year when I do my pretty much best sneakers of 2025. You know those like on the list by default. Let's see. Devon says Nike is improving. Once it was saturating the market with shoes, is still sitting. I mean, yeah, they are, but I mean, the shoes that are sitting though, they're not bad. I think it's just the times that we're in too. You know what I'm saying? It says Nike's improvement among teams comes at the same time as we read that part. It says late last month, Chief Executive Officer Elliott Hill said in a statement that Nike is the first quarter drove progress through its win now actions in priority areas of North America wholesale and running. The CEO added that while we're getting wins under our belt, we still have work ahead to get all sports, geographies, and channels on a similar path as we manage a dynamic operating environment. Total revenues for Nike in quarter one rose 1.1% to $11.72 billion from $11.59 billion in the same last year. So they got that increase, and that's what they want to see, some positive, right? Because Nike did take a dive, even though Nike's dive is probably way different compared to other companies, you know what I'm saying? Like, they still in the billies and still up there too. Let's just keep it 100. But I think, long story short, what I've learned, no company wants to lose money. They're in the business to continue to make money and grow. So I respect it. Devon says, with certain resale shops closing down and shoes not being as limited, the consumer has a chance to get what they want anytime. Yeah, I will say this. Back in the day, I will say that you could pull up on a weekend or you can pull up that day and you was good. It did have a time where you need to make sure you showed up early. I remember before, this all existed before the apps came to play, right? This came, before we had to find a way where, quote unquote, to make things safer. Because let's not act like whenever stuff like this happens, sometimes when the stuff goes back up and people tend to fight over sizes or what have you. But yeah, it's a great time to be a sneakerhead. If you got the bread and you got your, you can get it. I mean, sure, it's a little bit stressed. You can even chill and wait, you know what I'm saying, and let things kind of just die, see if you can get a sell on them, you know what I'm saying? It says, but I feel where you're coming from, Devon. It says, following Nike's lead this fall, Adidas took the number 2 slot in the must-have footwear brands with New Balances rounding out the top 3. So they're saying, and pretty much I guess you can say for the lead for fall right now, Nike's still number 1 no matter how you slice it and dice it. Adidas, I'm surprised, but yeah. And they're doing it kind of, Ye's not on the joint anymore. But would he would have made a difference? You know what I'm saying? If he would have just been him, I don't say been himself, but he would have just kept things chill and kept his mouth closed and just let things happen. You know what I'm saying? But I think Ye wanted to get out of that. And then, of course, we got New Balance. I think they've been doing a tremendous job. Joe Fresh Goods have been helping out over there. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give them credit where credit is due. Majority probably of my gym sneakers are New Balance. And also, I want to say Action Bronsons. Even though technically Action Bronsons aren't really selling out like that anymore, they had their run too. So I'm pretty sure that helped New Balance them. They advertise that made in USA type of, men's strategy, right? So, I mean, to be honest, to see why a lot of this probably was already good for them. You know what I mean? It says, notably, the report saw On Running overtook Hoka for the first time in the past 6 survey reads. Took place 4th and 5th respectively. Okay, so yeah, they took 4th and 5th. So it was On, and then it was pretty much Hoka, right? Which I see a lot of people wear those in the gym, and I seen a lot of people wear them at work. So I mean, to be honest, it's got an audience, right? It's definitely got an audience, right? Where we at real quick, it says, Piper Sandler noted that this suggests On is gaining share with all consumers. And clothing brands, Nike also held the number 1 ranking. That's what I said, man. Even though when Nike's down, they still up compared to the rest of their competitors. You know what I mean? Number 1 ranking for teens, followed by the Hollister and Brandy Melville, right? For upper incoming teens, clothing grew by 1 point year over year, driven by the female consumer. So ladies do wear a lot of clothes, to be fair, compared to the guys. We wear stuff, but and I've always said this too, right? Off mode, but on mode. Guys, we only got so much limited when it comes to what we can wear for clothes. You know what I'm saying? We got options, but compared to ladies, they got so many options. And then also ladies can, and I'm not saying, how should I word this? Ladies can get away with wearing man clothing, a lot easier too. I'm not trying to offend anybody because we've seen the guys do, wearing the lady stuff too. And I'm not taking offense. I don't care who's wearing, but ladies in my say, I feel like they have a lot more options when it comes to men, when it comes to clothing. You know what I'm saying? Just to be fair. Again, don't want to offend anybody on that at all. I don't care what you wear. At the end of the day, it's your body. It says, as for where the teens are shopping, the survey found that Amazon remains the number 1 shopping website by a wide margin for upper income teens. Nike and Shein rounded out The top 3 retailers among the teens this fall. I'm going to keep it 100, dog, and I probably shouldn't admit this. I am not a major fan of shopping on Amazon. Have I shopped on Amazon? Sure. Do I buy something from Amazon from time to time? Sure. I'm just not a major fan because I don't like searching on there, even though, yes, what you search for is going to pull up something. But me, I like to get, like, case in point, like, I don't know, sometimes when I search for certain stuff, especially like equipment for like YouTube or stuff like that, I want to stick to the top, not necessarily the top brand, but let's say if I'm looking for a lens for my camera and I got a Canon, I don't want to see I don't want the equivalents up to the front. I want to see what the Canon stuff is first. That's why I usually just go to the website stuff first. And then if they do have an Amazon link, that's when I'll be like, all right, cool. I have to buy from Amazon, but this is the one they're telling you to get. You know what I'm saying? Same with my mic, my microphone that I'm using, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was forced to get this joint off Amazon, but I don't really shop there on the regular, even though we do got a physical store, but it's a grocery store though. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but a lot of people like to shop on Amazon for the convenience. But I can also say this, and I don't mean to go on this quick rant, but my barber, he wants to do podcasts and stuff like that, which he should, but I think he was trying to get his own camera type of joint, which he could just use his phone. But anyway, long story short, he knows I do IT as well, and he was like, yo, I bought this camera, it's supposed to be 8K. When I cut that joint on, it was funny, he was like, yo, that shit looked like worse than 720. I was like, nah, but I didn't cut it on, but it did have like 8K written. I was like, where you get this thing from? Like, if you look at it, like, honestly, he was like, yo, my phone could do a better job. And he's like, I don't know if I got to configure right or what. I will say this, and I'm like, dog, that's the first mistake right here. I'm like, one, it was a camera brand, like it's not saying nobody don't know about it, but it's not like a Canon or a Sony or anything like that. It was like far down there. It had all this stuff on there. It may have it, but it's like they must have used the bare bone minimum like quality of the stuff. And then he's brought it over there and it's just sitting over there. I'm like, I mean, that's him. You know what I'm saying? But I get what he was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Because he was trying to do a podcast vibe joint too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how far he got with it. I know he did a few episodes. Where we at real quick? Mandarin Kick says, Jordan Truner, hella comfy. Out here and waiting on a sale to cop one. Okay, that's what's up. Let me see real quick. Let me hit the rest of this article. But yeah, I just didn't mean to go on that quick rant for Amazon, but I just say all this say, man, I don't know. I like to get from the source first if I can. But it says, this data comes as spending among teens seem to be declining at 62%. Participate stating that they see the economy getting worse this fall, with 15% said the economy is improving and 23% believes it's unchanged. I think we are. If things keep going the way they're going, dog, I mean, I know they're supposed to get better, and sometimes things get worse before they get better. I'm going to just say this, right? It seems like it's about to be a cold winter. You know what I'm saying? Because we in spring. No, we're in fall. But look like when fall finished, dog, it's about to be a cold winter, man. About to be different. You know, we've had a lot warm this whole year, the beginning from start to like now. You know what I'm saying? I just been trying to keep chill, you know. Y'all see me, I don't be copping a lot of crazy stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just different now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make every purchase count, which I've been on that vibe for a couple years. But I mean, like, I don't even like, you know, like, no. If I'm second guessing myself, I'm like, maybe on sale. A little bit of patience for sure. Let me finish the rest of this article and then we'll transition on to the tariff talk. It says, this fall, team seem reported annual spendings dropped to $2,213, which is 6% decline year over year and a 1% decline on the average in the past 10 years. It says managing director and senior research analyst at Piper Sandler said that in a statement. On a positive note, looking at wallet share for the upper income teen, clothing grew 1% over year, driven by females, which Footwear shares held one steady after a decline last spring. Piper Sandler Teen Survey is a semi-annual research project that gathers input from 10,969 teens, which an average with that age from 15 and a half years old, or 15.7 years old, which is a little bit over 15 and a half, so almost a 16-year-old. So pretty much damn near almost 11,000 teens do these surveys, and this is what you get. I'm always curious what the teenage vibes are on now, man, because I think it would be like not even the generation underneath me, but the generation underneath that, because these guys are slowly becoming teenagers. I never really know what they're really into, but at the same time, I don't really like I'm not hanging out with no kids, so I'm like, I don't really know, you know what I'm saying? But it's very interesting. So I'm sure for the people who do have kids, like, you know what I'm saying, like, y'all definitely probably get to see what your young bucks are into, which is cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Respectively. So let's go and transition on to the last topic for the night, and then we'll talk pretty much what's dropping at ComplexCon and a little bit of upcoming sneak releases. So it says, Trump's massive China tariff has the industry on edge as stocks take a big dive, right? Okay. Now, this is on October 10th. I meant to cover this one. It says, American President Donald Trump's imposed a new tariff of 100% on Chinese imports starting November 1st and raising concerns for the shoe industry. So I'm wondering if he will push it back again or extend it to see if these guys will get in line. You know what I'm saying? Because November's right around the corner if you think about it, because right now this is the 15th if I'm not mistaken. So we're a little bit almost halfway over the month. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump is again threatening to escalate tariffs on Chinese imports. Again, for the people who don't realize how big a deal this could be, majority, not all, but majority of our products come from there, right? Or some form of like overseas that's made over there that got here. And for the people who do, like say American made this, American made that, but where do you get some of these people who do have that is it 100% American made? Because this is my thing. If you got to get some of their product over here to help make your shoe and stuff like that, if it's not over here already and you got to go through there, that's still not 100% in my opinion. And I'm not picking on any particular brand, but I also like to say, like, you got to be careful. Like, I've had issues with one of my, there was something going on where I had to get the part that was needed to fix the joint. It had to come from overseas, and it was like at the peak of like the beginning of like 2020 when things were fresh. Yo, it took forever to get the part to fix the joint. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, I feel like, man, we should be treading lightly on this situation. But, I mean, at the end of the day, maybe the people at the tip top know something I don't, you know? It says, footwear has a new tariff headache. Controversy of the U.S. President Donald J. Trump. Trump early Friday threatened a round of massive increase of tariffs on the Chinese imports to the U.S. According to the Truth Social post, the new threat centers on a dispute regarding rare earth minerals. Trump says that China wants to impose export controls, calling the move trade hostility. In the post, following the close of market Friday, Trump made good on that threat. Beginning November 1st, the president said the United States would impose a new tariff of 100% on imports from China over and above any tariff that they are currently paying. So this is my thing. If it's a new tariff, what does that usually mean for us, right? If we're still going to get their stuff that's made over here come over here, it could raise prices on us again. One thing I've always argued about sneakers in general, they cost too much already, in my opinion, right? From what we know, and I know it takes a lot for them to get it over here, but at the same time, dog, I'll put it this way. I know a company's not in the business to just break even. They want to make money. So yes, they're going to times it by, whatever they probably pennies on the dollar, you know what I'm saying? Like, we looked over the years when me and Dunks used to do the lives that how much does it really take to make a Jordan? But at the same time, while I think it was like $20-$30 to make a Jordan, right? And it may be a little bit more, but it's to get it over here and all that and how many they want made. So yeah, it's a lot that goes into it when it's said and done. You know what I'm saying? That probably we're just talking about the shoe, but there's other plays and stuff that goes into it to get it over here. Now, if they're going to be taxed with 100% on that joint, it's going to cost even more to get it over here. You know what I mean? That's the point. And if you think about it, if we can compare it to resale real quick, I assume a lot of these companies want to get their stuff made at the, not saying they don't want quality, but they want to get their stuff made at the lowest they can so they can make more profit. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they don't want to spend, let's just say average Jordan 1 is $180 or $185. Nike don't want to spend $175 per shoe and then just make a $10 profit. That's cool, but they want to, they trying to times that joint by a lot. It says he also noted in the Truth Social post that America's relationship with China over the past 6 months have been very good one, saying that the new move on the trade was a surprising one. Trump said he was to meet with China's president in 2 weeks, but now suggests that the meeting might be canceled. Interesting. Trump's new threat sent the equity markets reeling on Friday over the fears of the new tariffs hike. At the close of the Dow Jones Industry Average fell 878.82 points or 1.9%, while the S&P 500 was down 182.60 or 2.7%. Footwear stocks, right? Okay, this is probably where we want to probably pay attention for the people who are in the market that's investing into this type of stuff. Stocks also fell on Friday, joining over the market decline. Shoe stocks posted the largest declines were Claire's Incorporated down 10.7% or 1.42 to $11.85. Says Genesco Incorporated off nearly 7% or 1.95 to 2.608. Allbirds Incorporated down 5.8 or 36 cents to $5.90. Let's see, Steve Madden Incorporated declining 5.1%. Let's see, we got Crocs. They were declining nearly 5% into, let's see, among retailer shares, the Shoe Carnival fell 6.8%. Let's see, Academy Sports and Outdoors Incorporated was down 6.1%. And then Dick's Sporting Goods declined 5.5%. That's crazy, and especially considering how Dick's Sporting Goods, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they just acquire Foot Locker not too long ago and all their chain? So I'm very curious, are they going to finish out the year strong and bounce back? But in order for that to work, they need the sneaker market up too. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those, I can say it again, where we all kind of just work together off each other, right? It says, U.S. and China in August agreed to second 90-day extension for the ongoing bilateral trade talks that gave footwear firms and even consumers a bit of breathing room for the holiday season. The first pause began in May. Under the tariff pause, tariffs remain at 30%, down from the 55%, but could have risen to as high as 145% for some goods if the pause had not been extended. As recently as late month, one source told Footwear News that talks between the U.S. and other countries include China and Vietnam, where much of the footwear industry produces its shoes, continuing to be ongoing, and thinking was that when the current extension is set in to end mid-November, two countries would agree to yet another 90-day extension. So they could do a 90-day extension. But again, if you think about this, like I just said, majority of the footwear is made in China and Vietnam. Check your sneakers, dog. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't think this affect you, and yeah, sure, Nike them is going to have to put money up or what have you, and these other brands will too. Can some of them do it? Sure, but then what they need the money back to make their money? They're going to raise it up on little guys like me and you. You know what I'm saying? It says what happens next is everyone's guess. The news poses a significant threat to the U.S. retailers and builds the brands that still rely heavily on China for footwear production. China remains a dominant source for shoes imported into the U.S. and any disruption, whether it's tariffs, trade tensions, or logistics shocks, can quickly dive up the cost and create uncertainty for consumers, said Matt Priest, president and CEO of the Footwear Distributors and Retailers of America. Priest, hopefully I'm saying his name correctly, emphasized that while shoe firms have learned from the past challenges, and he got that in quotations, have become more resilient through the shifts in their sourcing networks, the footwear supply chains are suddenly high, complex, and the China scale inefficiently would be difficult to replace. Steve Madden, chairman and CEO of Edward Resford, noted that much of the company's second quarter earnings results in July. Says earlier this year, the company made some quick moves to exit China when Trump got reelected, knowing that the tariffs would be high on his agenda. This shifted all companies now not just footwear when Trump's disclosed on April that they're implementing the radical tariffs. So pretty much we've kind of been covering this hand and hat on this whole thing right here. So it's not just sneakers. It's kind of across the board for everything. If you think of, I'll put it this way. If it feels like everything is costing more nowadays, it's because it most likely is, right? In the second quarter conference call, Madden CEO said in the company moved some productions for fall back to China where it was deemed to be too difficult to ensure one-time delivery, product quality, and or reasonable pricing in the alternative country. Madden had moved product to China and to Brazil, but this was before Trump in July added a 40% levy on the Brazilian imports on top of the existing 10%, bringing the total duty rate to 50%. Trump's administration justified the high rate on the criminal procedures of the former president, and then it says they're elected on the economic emergency. There are now reports that Brazilian president earlier this week had asked Trump to lift the 40% duty. So again, they're talking to him like, dog, you're doing too much, but at the same time, I mean, he's got to have a motive here. Trump says that the tariffs are good with the benefits, including both reduced trade deficits and increased revenue, but tariffs also cause inflation for consumers due to high prices when companies pass along those cost increases. Exactly. And the consumers might end up with fewer options along the way. I'm telling you, man, and I'm going to read this last little part of this article, then we're going to talk the pretty much upcoming sneaker releases, what's going to be anticipated to drop at Complex Con. So it says, Vietnam saw footwear exports to the U.S. fall in September, 1 month after the new tariff increase was implemented in August. The country is also dominant producer of athletic performance shoes, becoming the beneficiary when its firms moved out of China during Trump's first term after he began hiking tariff rates on the Chinese imports. Vietnam's customs data from the Ministry of Finance showed that the exports fell 23.3% to $611 million from $840 million in August. The current tariff rate is 40%, raised, compromised off the new 20% rate on top of the existing 20% rate. At preliminary trade deal between the U.S. and Vietnam was disclosed in July, but the finer points to the agreement still need to be ironed out. One source told Footwear News last month that those talks remain ongoing, and they put that in quotation. So we really don't know. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's something different all the time. But for the last few minutes, let's talk upcoming sneaker releases, man. Pretty much, let's see, every sneaker dropping at Complex Con. Just going to make sure I do kind of cover this. Look like they got, I'm always going to say Saucony, but I think it's Saucony, but a lot of people usually argue this. So the Complex Con 2025 drops you need to know. So we're going to see if we can go through these real quick. So looks like it's got J-Tips and Saucony Pro Grid Triumph for Poison Ivy. These are supposed to be dropping there, I'm assuming. Not a bad shoe. I actually kind of like these right here. It's actually kind of dope. They got the Jungles, and Asics. Looks like they got the bottom of this joint right here. But these are supposed to be coming at Complex Con. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to read the what you need to know. I just kind of want to get to the shoe. We got the Mr. Bailey and Adidas. Okay. Not bad. Will people be copying these, though? I'm very curious. I haven't seen nothing really standing out. Usually you get like a Travis or some type of hype or a nice Air Force One joint. Looks like there's a hidden NY and Asics, but I don't think we have a vivid image of the sneaker. So it looks like that's something else that's anticipated. Yeah, I don't know. So far, right? Okay. But I'm assuming they gotta, my thing is this has gotta be something with the Nike on this joint. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. Which let me just get on this one right here real quick. We've been talking these 17s that's supposed to drop here pretty soon. I personally don't hate them, But I'm not a 17 guy though. But I will say this one, I feel like they've done right. I know there's been a raffle right here. It's anticipated to be October 17th. I don't think I got a drip or skip on the joint, but I mean it is in a few days. But at the same time, I don't know, man. I think there's raffles for it. Probably won't see too much content on this one unless that person hit. Again, maybe I will purchase my first 17 eventually, but right now, man, I don't know. 17 really just don't really do it for me, even though this is not a bad shoe. I will say this, it's not bad. So this is other images of the joint right here. I know obviously it stands out, but I think it's in a good way. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to buy something that I know for a fact I may not wear. Looks like it's coming with extra shoestring laces here. So I guess we can say this is kind of like my drip or skip for me. Got like some gloves that's coming with this joint. Interesting. And I guess this is person rocking the joint right here. Interesting. This is crazy. LV joint. I mean, to be honest, they not bad, but at the same time, I mean, to each their own for sure. Don't want to talk about it. And let's see what else we got on the sneakers app real quick. Looks like we do have the Jordan 1 Pro Greens that's supposed to be out October 18th. That's a women exclusive, but I think they go to a man size 15. I think tomorrow we do have the Nego and the Air Force 3 dropping, the denim joints. So we'll see how that goes right here. Let me put myself back on the main page right here. Get ready to wrap this thing up for the night. This actually was a good one, and we're right up on time, right up on that hour mark, right where I want to be. You guys sign up in the comment section. Let me know if you're trying to copy anything this week or we just chilling this month. What's up? And other than that, I think that pretty much wrap things up for tonight, man. Pretty much we covered Nike renaming the Beaverton campus in Oregon, which is very, very interesting. But, you know, obviously out of respect for PhilKnight, and I respect that. Then we also covered pretty much Nike remains the top, pretty much, I guess, in teens, right, for shopping's list of pretty much what's the drop this year, too. So Nike, them still that head honcho, really, no matter how you slice it and dice it. And then, of course, we had to talk a little bit of tariff talk, not politics talk, but just tariffs in general, how that could affect us as sneakerheads, what stuff can cost, and what have you. Other than that, man, yeah. And then we did a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases, what to be anticipated for Complex Con. So we'll very see. Hopefully, they got way more coming than that. But other than that, man, that wraps things up for me tonight, man. Y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel, and if you're new and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional Tron Halls, y'all know we have Music Monday. I'll be back live again on Saturday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, smash the like button, sub up, sign up for the Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up, where, of course, we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, you name it. I'll see you guys again on Saturday, and yeah, I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while.